Yeah, it's kind of one of those spiritual paradoxes, perhaps. And for me, I w- loved going out of my body, being lucid, traveling around in these different dimensions, the astral world, whatever that is. I'm not sure what it is even, but I was traveling in that realm. And I did that a lot. And then I realized that I can't get enough sleep. It disturbs my reality here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And where do I want to be? Do I want to be here? I mean, there's got to be a reason why I'm physical right here, right now. So I felt that I've traveled a long way, like around the world, to just come home to myself. So
Right.
it is kind of that balance, that you want to send and you want to connect out there to the angels, but everything is also inside of you. And it's something about being present here and now in this version of Yannick and this version of Heather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Presence is the portal. So the more present we are with what we're focused on right now, the more everything else can expand and the more we can feel into it. But it's a little bit like if you look at something too close, it dissolves and it goes away. But if I know that it's there and I can tap into it, I can feel it more strongly. I want to mention too something about what you were saying. When I first started channeling, uh, I was at a weekend workshop to kind of practice with some other people, and it's that same experience. When I connected in and channeled, I came back crying because I thought, I want to be there. That
Mm.
that was pure love. Like wherever that space is, I don't have to pay bills. I don't have to have an argument with anybody. I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to go grocery shopping. That, like, why can't I just be there? And I'm hearing that from a lot of clients too, as they're learning to connect more and more with greater aspects of themselves. There starts to be this homesickness. Like, I just want that because that feels so unlimited and that feels great. So the trick, or I think the work of us here in this timeline on earth right now, is to bring that aspect that you feel of whatever it is, the pure love you're feeling, the joy, the gratitude, the elation, and live that through your human body, live that through your physical body, plant that here, because then you're broadcasting that frequency here. And that's what we say often about creating heaven on earth. That's how we're doing it. It's almost like we're going fishing. We bring that delicious, juicy energy back here and we plant it in and we try to hold on to it through this physicality. And that's how we grow and expand.
Yes. And also through being a human
Mhm.
with the shadow work, for instance,
Laws.
embracing all that I am, not just the good sides, and that my soul actually chose to do that for a very deep reason. And when I trust that, that helps me. Like, okay, I'll get back to that airy fairy, beautiful landscape or beautiful heaven like realm, but now I'm here. I'm doing this class and I should be present in it.
Right.
That's what at least I've come to in my own, yeah, journey.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump over to new knowledge that has been coming through guides that you've started to connect with, and they called something along the lines of A. Beautiful name, by the way.
Yeah.
Who are they, and what have they been saying about the times we're living in right now, and what's coming? Because they're also speaking about 2026 and 2027.
Yeah. So it's spelled very strangely. They pronounce it, or I hear it. It's not like they're writing it down for me, but I hear it as the Idalar. And they come through as a coalition of light. And when I connect into their energy, it is hundreds, if not 1,000 beings. I kind of want to say it's 888 beings because I like that. Like that's a good spiritual number, but it's this boundless amount of beings, and it just feels like whenever I connect into them, different individuals or beings step forward. Sometimes it's a group of beings or a collective within the greater collective, but it's like this warehouse of all these energies. And it's angelic realm, it's galactic, it's dragons, it's loved ones in spirit, it's animals in spirit, it's collective consciousness, like we were mentioning about trees and things like that. So it's this storehouse almost of these different beings that allow them to come through. And what they've been sharing is along the lines a little bit of what we've been talking about presence is the portal, and that is the real work, and it's the real magic. We were talking about a magical life. The magic is in doing the dance steps that we're doing of being human. And the more we can let go of the quest for perfection, and the more we can sit in the rawness of being human, like you just said, the bad parts, the bad moods that I have, the time I have a short temper, the times I cry when I didn't mean to, the times I've said something stupid to somebody, we all have that. Ascension is not perfection. 5D is not pure in that way. The beauty of being human is in the muck of it, and in that's what your soul develops. You don't go to the gym and just sit there and watch other people lift weights. You go to the gym and you have the resistance. You lift the weights because that's how you're growing. So we're here in this time to lift those weights and to grow. And we're not only doing it for ourselves, we're witnessing and giving our compassion, hopefully, and our patience to all of this chaos around the world that is unfolding. And as we move forward into 2026 and 2027, it will continue to feel chaotic, but the piece that they bring through is so many more of us are learning to witness it from a distance and witness it through peace, witness it through love, not witness it through, oh no, what's happening? I'm worried about it. We're learning more. And if we aren't learning, we should start to learn to regulate our nervous system, because that is one of the beautiful pieces about being human too. We have this fight or flight thing that gets us out of trouble, but we also can reverse engineer that fight or flight response to say, no, I see something scary and I say it's not. And then we're broadcasting that peace out. We're broadcasting that strength out. And the more we learn to use that as a tool, not just to regulate ourselves, but to regulate what's around us, the more we carve out that energy that we all want to see. So the real work of going forward is in that nervous system regulation and coupling that with our authenticity and knowing who they like to say who the F we are, but their F means frequency, which I think is kind of fun. It's not the cuss word. Learning who we are and seeing yourself in all of the kind of ordinary human stuff, the arguments, the being online at the store, all those different things, but sitting in that moment fully present in the space of your heart as, okay, I'm a multidimensional being, but I'm here having this really hard time right now, and I'm going to enjoy that I'm having the hard time. And it's an odd thing to get yourself to wrap your mind around and to sit with, but the more we do it, the more the chaos falls away, the more peace we bring to the world, the more joy we bring to the world, the more unlimited, not just saying dimensions are unlimited or the spiritual experience is unlimited, but guess what? All of everything on the earth can be unlimited. We need to program it to be that way. It's got to come through us so that your witnessing of something becomes what that something is. So if I'm looking in the mirror and I'm saying, I don't like myself, and if I'm hardest on myself, then whatever anybody else says about me doesn't matter because I've already said it the worst way it could be said. I'm programming that into that experience. But if I look at my reflection and say, I'm doing the best I can, I promise I'm really trying my best, that's what I'm programming into the experience. So as we're witnessing world events, as we're witnessing one another, that's the thing they talk about a lot too. Witnessing one another as you're a completely magical, multidimensional being. You're saying some really mean things to me right now. Like you could be in an argument with somebody and like, I don't like what you're telling me, but I see your soul and I see the journey that you're on too. The more we are bringing that awareness to the tiniest, smallest, most frustrating aspects of our lives, the more we're shifting the world. And more of us are doing it. So they're kind of giving it as advice, but also celebrating the fact that so many of us are doing that work. And it takes the discipline and the dedication to keep doing it and bring it forward.
Interesting. Interesting what you said about programming ourselves. I haven't looked at it that way. Um, they talked about the nervous system. I would love for you to expand on that. So let's say you have an anxiety attack or just have an overwhelming feeling with your nervous system. What can you do in that moment when it seems like your body is reacting to something and you're losing it somehow and you don't know what to do in the moment?
Yeah, and please know, everyone watching, I'm someone who has suffered from anxiety. So I definitely walked that path a lot in my life, and I have some um, not great experiences of it, and had my own techniques to work through it. And what worked for me was learning energy healing. And it's not that the energy healing was the magic that fixed anything, but the energy healing was the awareness of me coming back to this moment. So often when we are having an episode of anxiety, it's a little bit similar to what we were saying about connecting into those alternate versions of yourself. Like, you're connecting into things that often haven't happened yet. You're worried about something. You're worried about a situation. You're worried, you feel fear in your body, and it can be so visceral and so real and so debilitating. Breath work and stillness, because when we think about that nervous system, it's fight, flight, I forget the other one now that I'm trying to rhyme
Freeze,
them all.
freeze,
Yes, thank
freeze.
you. Exactly. I never liked that one. I was always like, "I'm out. I'm going." Um, so yeah, if you think of that and you'd say, "Okay, if freeze is my response, then I just need to take a small motion about something." It doesn't have to be related to what I'm afraid of at all or what I'm having anxiety over. Maybe I just go for a walk. Maybe I make myself a cup of tea. Let me unlock myself that way, take my focus off the fear through movement if I'm freezing. If it's flight that I'm usually drawn to do, then I need stillness.
Hmm.
The remedy for that is, let me just sit and breathe and be still. Or maybe I listen to music for a minute. Maybe I call a friend and I don't even talk about my problems. I don't talk about what I'm worried about, but I just drop into that moment. So, looking at it that way, breath work can be helpful. Coming into your body, often we kind of disassociate. We feel like we're not even there. Like, Heather's having a bad experience of anxiety. I'm just gonna la da da da. I'm just gonna float off here and imagine something or dream something or have my thoughts go completely counter to what I'm witnessing. So really coming into the present and coming into your body. And I would say also, if someone hasn't already learned about the chakra system, to do that, there's a really great technique about really just envisioning each energy center or chakra and regulating those. Because often when we're having anxiety, they're spinning so quickly, or the opposite could be true as well. They're just stuck and stagnant. And then energy isn't flowing through your body at all. So, learning those different tools for yourself can be really helpful to unlocking that.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.